start imperfectly. Just get started. Look, you are wasting so much time and so much potential by just sitting around. Are you not tired? You will continue to stay in the same place you are right now if you continue doing the same things you're doing right now. There's been that thing on your mind to start for so long and you still haven't started. You've been saying you're going to go to the gym for X amount of time. You've been saying you're going to start the business for X amount of time. You've been saying you're going to do this with that person, that with that person, go here, go there, go everywhere, but you still haven't started. Today I'm speaking about why to get started, how to get started, and of course actionable steps to actually get there as well. And just for some context, this is actually episode 1 of Vitamin U. Yeah, I'll give myself a round of applause. It's amazing. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And the reason I'm even making this episode is because I wasn't even sure if now was the right time to actually start this podcast. But I just thought to myself, what's wrong with you? Just sort yourself out. Because for so long I've been saying I want to start this podcast. For so long I've had it in the works. I've been shooting this podcast for a while now. I've actually been shooting this podcast for a couple of months. But I'm now making this video to actually put out there as episode 1. I've kind of done it the other way around, but I did it because I have a strategy. But I say I have a strategy, but that's kind of an excuse as well. Because I could have started this from months ago. I could have started this from last year. Because now we're in 2025. I could have started this from end of 2024. But what was holding me back is realistically self-limiting beliefs, right? So you may be facing those as well. Self-limiting beliefs of, will anybody watch this? Is what I have to say good enough, right? And to be honest, what I have to say has already been tested by the market. I've already had a previous podcast. It already did pretty well. And the market's already said, AKA people have already said, yeah, this is some good stuff. Keep it coming. So I technically know that I should be putting out content because people have already said it's good. But yet still, for some reason, I don't. And I had to look at myself and I said, why is that? It's because it was a self-limiting belief. I was limiting myself, even though I had evidence to say otherwise. And you may be in a similar position as well, where you're limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself from getting to where you want to be. If you're liking this podcast so far, make sure that you click subscribe and you click like so that you're aware when we do post again and so that the message spreads out to other people like yourself. Look, we're trying to bless the world. We're trying to help people find their vitamin U. Help them do it too. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Speak soon. Because ultimately, like, we could look around us and point fingers all day. I could look around myself. I could have looked around myself and pointing fingers all day. Oh, this studio didn't work. This guest didn't show up, or this, that, and the other. Or now's not the best time because of X, Y, Z reason that I just made up. Or I could point the finger at myself. So that's step 1. Point the finger at yourself. Say, okay, what are you doing? Right? Sort yourself out. It's no one else's fault but your own. Now this, as I said at the beginning, this can apply to so many different situations. Gym, you might want to get started with working out. Your business, you want to get started with that. Personal brand, you might want to get started with that. A podcast, you might want to get started with that too. But ultimately, what it comes down to is you being a bottleneck. And it was me. I was being a bottleneck too. Okay. So first and foremost, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Shout out to Ice Cube. Check yourself first, because oftentimes we get in our own ways. And then number 2 would be, ask yourself why. Like, why are you actually doing this in the first place? Because with a big enough why, or with a strong enough why, you can get over any how. I had to ask myself, why did I want to start this podcast in the first place? I wanted to start it because number 1, I had what I thought was a good message to share that people said they wanted to hear. Number 2, it's a powerful tool for my business as well. Literally, I run a podcast agency. I need to have a podcast, right? It only makes sense. And number 3, there's a lot of people that I want to speak to. And number 4, I can use it as a tool for growth. So I had all of these reasons to start a podcast. And I had to look at that why. I had to look at those 4 reasons why and say, oh, so that's why I need to be doing it. Oftentimes, we don't do the thing that we need to do because we're not aware of the why. We haven't even thought about the why. We haven't actually discovered the why, right? The why is there, but we just have to go and find it. So I had to go and find my why. I would urge you to do the same. And number 3 is accountability. Get accountability. Get people that are going to hold you accountable to your word. Because if it's just you holding you accountable to your word, you're going to get exactly what you've got so far. Nowhere. You're going to get nowhere. Because it's just you holding yourself accountable. Look how that's worked out so far. Get around people that are going to keep you accountable. And you'll likely already be around people that can keep you accountable, because everybody needs to be kept accountable in some way. So for me, it was about telling people that I'm going to be starting a podcast by X amount of time, by X date, sorry. I said I'm going to do it by March. We are in March and we are about 1 week away from us launching. So when you see this podcast, it's because I'm holding myself accountable to that deadline. So number 1, also another thing, give yourself a deadline and hold yourself accountable to that and get other people to hold you accountable to it too. Another one is take that first step. Just take the first step of getting that thing you want to get done. Okay? Because oftentimes we look at what we want to accomplish, what we want to achieve as like this mountain. Because it does seem like a mountain sometimes. Like me starting a podcast, it seems like this element, that element, all these different things I need to put together to create this podcast. And of course, it's not going to be a walk in the park, but I know it's going to be worth it because it was worth it before. It will be worth it again. And I had to break it down. What can I actually do right now? I said, okay, cool. I can strategize. I can plan about what this podcast is going to look like, what it's going to do for me and such. And I can also get it booked, right? So for example, if it's the gym, get a gym membership, right? And maybe get a gym membership that's slightly more expensive than the other gym memberships, because that will make you go gym. All right. When you pay attention. I'll tell you that much for free. But what I did was I booked the studio and I paid money to be in the studio. Because I said, I know I need to be in the studio and I know I want to be in there by X amount of time. I know I need to get X amount of episodes done. So let me just book the studio so that I have the time to be able to do it. And I have a time to work towards, right? So I did that. And here we are. Here we are in the studio. And number 5 would be to disregard the opinions of others. And I know you probably heard it so many times. I don't care what people think. Oh, what people think is their business. But honestly, what people think about you is none of your business. They ain't paying you. They are not paying you. So why are you so... I'm speaking to myself here, but like, why do you care so much about what other people think? And this is the funny thing as well. Like, anybody that you see who has a certain level of success, and you will see this on this podcast as well, the many people that we're getting on the podcast, I've already got on the podcast and I'm going to continue getting on the podcast. Their start was not what they are right now. Their start was embarrassing. And one thing I heard recently is embarrassment is the cost of entry to success. You have to, like, there has to be a period of time where, of course, you're a little bit embarrassed. Like, you're uploading videos online and you might be thinking, oh, this person's going to be speaking about this. They're going to be sending this around to their friends, or other people are going to be saying negative things in the comments, or people are going to make fun of it. People are going to laugh about it. But embarrassment is the cost of access, or the cost of entry to success. I could give you multiple scenarios as to which this is the case. Let's say, for example, even people that are going to be on this podcast, right? So we've got Lara Acosta. When she was getting started, she didn't even have a display picture because she was embarrassed. Like, she didn't want to put herself out there. But then now she's got like 250K subscribers on LinkedIn. She made about just over 150K in 4 days from doing a launch of her program, of her course. And she's done that multiple times now. Another person who's going to be coming on the next episode, her name is Laura Castleman. She wanted to be a rockette, right, which is like a dancer in America. Now she's like a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. But she wanted to be a rockette back in the day, and she didn't even meet the requirements to get in. But she still went there and she risked being embarrassed. And she constantly risks being embarrassed as a female CEO in a predominantly male-dominated space. Most of the people that I get onto this podcast, even me at the start of my journey, it's embarrassing to be posted on LinkedIn. You ain't got nothing to talk about. I didn't have nothing to talk about, but I still posted on LinkedIn. I didn't have nothing to talk about, but I still posted on the previous podcast that I ran. And I had to face that risk of embarrassment. But everybody starts somewhere. Please remember that, okay? But I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was just a little public service announcement. The first episode, I wanted to get it out there. Just set the tone right for the other episodes to come. Please tune in, subscribe, stay locked into Vitamin U. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. Peace out and have a lovely day. Bye.